Where my girls at? Where my girls at?
Keep on watching while we keep knocking.
Where my girls at?
You love the flow, it's the ladies' show.
Where my girls at? Yeah. Where my girls This is the Lady Guru Show.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? You are now watching and listening to the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, Guru?
Hey.
We're gonna get into the price of success. Everybody wants the success, but do they want what goes along with it? Let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about being at the top when you have family drama. What happens when your kids go to the blogs and act crazy? Marcus Jordan talks with Larsa Pippen about babies. How far is this gonna go? We are welcoming in Lady Boss Entrepreneur. We're gonna discuss her businesses and the things that she does to make her business work. We got all the Hollywood drama for y'all, man. So let's get right to it. Let's go. Yeah, we are coming in hot.
You're in the mix.
Game changes, radio.
Daughter of music mogul Russell Simmons, Aoki Lee Simmons is calling out her father amidst a family feud that sparked on Father's Day. The 20-year-old and her mother, Kimora Lee Simmons, are claiming that Russell is emotionally abusive and has cut his children off. The family public drama started on Father's Day when Aoki Lee's sister, Ming Lee, wished her mother, Kimora, a happy Father's Day on her Instagram stories. She did not mention her father. Russell seemingly responded by posting Father's Day wishes from his famous nieces, Vanessa and Angela Simmons. According to Los Angeles Times, Russell also posted a quote that read, "The father you have is the perfect father for the evolution of your soul and the lessons that you need to learn in this lifetime."
He sent her in the middle of the night to take her some papers to sign away her inheritance or whatever. And then she was like, "Should I be signing this?" And I was like, "What?" He sends people to threaten her. And you know Ming is a calm person. No, please stop with the bullshit about I hope you find peace and privacy and this is venting. I have been dealing with this my whole life. This is not new. It's not new drama. I already live in the drama, so now I'm just sharing. This is not... There's no therapy you can go to with someone who weaponizes the fact that you don't want to go public, right? Because when he posts something and then I don't respond, because I'm like, I don't want to have drama. And so he's been weaponizing that we don't want to... have drama. I'm not, I care about my family. I don't like to have this out there. But he uses that against you. Well, what are you going to do about it? You're not going to say something. So now I'm saying something. And if you're going to say one more thing about, you should be in private in therapy, get off, please. Because I'm telling you, he uses that against me, and I'm not going to have it. And my sister and my mother, and I'm not going to have it. And he's gonna spin the whole narrative about, oh, your mom turned you against me. I am very independent-minded. You can ask my mom. She has an issue with me every day since I was 4. I want to cut my hair. I want to move out. I want to do this. And she's like, we negotiate all the time. I'm not the type to whatever you say, mommy. I'm kind of an independent individual in that way. She would know. She raised me with a lot of work. So he's gonna say she's not with me. I'm in New York. Like I said, staying with a friend because he will not even give me $100 for rent, which is fine. I'm saving. But all that money you're crying, he doesn't give me $1.
I really feel everybody, a lot of the times they say, oh, don't put it on the internet, but clearly she put it on the internet for a reason. I feel like it was some cry for help or something what's the reason why you put it on the internet? You know what I mean? Because once you put it on the internet, it's over. Ain't no taking it back. You could put it on there for 15 seconds. As long as it's posted, somebody's going to see it, screenshot it, it's done. So the fact that you did do that is the fact that she wanted some form of, I'm not going to say attention because it's clearly not attention. It's a cry for help. It's a cry for, stop harassing us, stop doing what you're doing, because it's overbearing now. It's overwhelming and it's too much.
I think that because initially she just wished her mother a happy Father's Day on her stories, right? So that I don't necessarily take that as a jab to Russell, or that she thought that it would be like that to the point of him responding. That's where the drama actually starts, because he responded to that and he further, made it into a thing.
Does he feel like he was, because they say he was an abusive father, so does himself know that he was an abusive father? Because the fact that he commented really just started the whole thing. Unless he actually was really there for her, like his life, was being a good father.
I feel like, I feel like that's what it was. It was behind the scenes conversations that were being had. And it was like, you know what? I can't stand this. And it was just so happened to be Father's Day. I'm not posting you. I'm going to post my mom, because that's who's the one that's here for me all the time, showing me the love and attention that I need as a parent. And you're not. So that's who's going to get the post. And of course, behind the scenes conversations now, he feels triggered behind the post. So let me say something that's going to stir the pot. And so it did.
Damaris, what's your feeling on it?
Well, I come from a Dominican background, and the way that I was raised was you got an ass whooping. And honestly, I have 5 kids of my own, so I know how kids are, right? And I'm going through a divorce myself, so I'm kind of on the other side as well. But I always try to find amends, even though that my ex-partner doesn't, and it's like a war. But I do not get my kids involved. I try not to. Now that the little girl went on the internet, I feel that it was for attention. I think this could have been resolved with her dad in the back end. I don't think that her dad has been a really bad dad. They don't even know what bad is compared to what probably we've been through. They remember girls grew up around money. So now the mom wants to be independent and doing her own life, but the dad doesn't see it that way, because he feels like, damn, I lifted your mom. I gave your mom everything, and I'm left with nothing, not even the right love from my children. So he's also hurt. Everybody's hurt. Everybody needs, I think, a little bit of maybe some sessions with a therapist. And also that the mom, she's a great mom, a wonderful one, but I feel she edges what goes on with the dad, and she involves the children. And I think that's a big play in this situation. And it's sad, because maybe the little girl, all she wants is the love from her father, and all he wants is the love of his children. But now it's like a battle. So how do we deal with that? I think the young girl should detach herself from what the situation is with her parents and kind of go on doing her life, because she's pretty grown already, right? Once you hit 18, especially us, we tend to do our own thing. Like, yeah, our parents' thoughts are important, but also I'm already a woman. So what does it really, is it really what I want to do? And it's going to be what I want to do at the end of the day. As long as you're making the right choices. Some of us make the wrong ones, and we have to trip in order to learn. But at the end of the day, we learn at one point. And I feel that us women, we learn faster than the men, right? The men are always behind. We find ourselves doing stuff for them still older. And so I'm all about women empowerment. I love women. I love to help women. It's very, to me, I have 3 beautiful young ladies, so that's definitely one of my motivations on why I want to motivate women and other girls. If it's the same thing, I would wish someone in the outside would always be there for my girls, right? So I want to put out other girls, so that way it comes back to me.
So can I ask you something, Damaris? Okay, so a part of that story is that I'm skipping some things, but ultimately, Kimora Lee Simmons, his ex-wife, mother of his children, was saying that he has made some really bad business choices. They've been friends since she was 16 years old, dating since she was 16 years old. They continue to have a great relationship even after the divorce. Even as she was married to someone else, they would go on family trips together. The daughters even mentioned like he was a good father, he was a great father, he was involved, and then something all of a sudden happened. But Kimora says that he made some really bad business decisions, and she's been involved, partnering with him on these business ventures forever. Okay. And she said basically she's had to carry him somewhat financially, even after the divorce. Okay. So how do you feel about that and a woman carrying a man financially? You said
Could I just say something though too? Before I say something, it begs me to have to say this because I know she forgot. Debbie is in sunglasses. Tell them why you're in sunglasses.
I'm sorry. I'm in sunglasses because I had a facial today. I ain't got my lashes on, y'all. Y'all know already how that go already.
Now we already listen. I seen you with sunglasses. I already knew what was up.
Ain't nothing like that.
We couldn't get it together all the way today, so we put the shades. Right, all good. Just like sometimes we wear a hat, we can't get it all together. Right. You know what I'm saying? We gotta wonder what we got. Accessories.
Amen. Yo, all right. So let me get back to the Russell Simmons joint. Now, look. A lot of this obviously is going to be generational. I grew up with Russell Simmons. Like, for example, you know what I'm saying? Russell Simmons to me was like one of the fathers of how to get a record label, how he was one of the first to like branch out with Baby Fat. He was one of the first ones to branch out with a hand in the Adidas. With there was a lot of people were signed to this guy. So it might be, that I might be a little biased. By the way,
let me just throw something that Kimora Lee Simmons was the creator of Baby Fat. Go ahead.
Okay, so
from what I remember, and I'm almost 90% correct. Mm-hmm. Russell Simmons gave her Baby Fat. Russell Simmons was the owner of this stuff, and when he got married, and then he got a divorce from her, on the way out, he gave her Baby Fat.
I don't know about
now,
that.
Russell Simmons in the comments is accusing her of stealing his money. Hmm. Now, I don't know how true that is, but getting back to the point with the daughter, you know what I'm saying, being on the internet, like I said, this may be generational because this generation believes that they're supposed to live on the internet. They think that their life is the internet. And some of them may not understand the fact that as a family, you don't do those type of things. You don't air out your business. You don't do that as a child. I don't care how old you are. You could be 30. You don't go on the internet airing out your mother and your father under no circumstances. That's the way I was brought up.
Yeah.
Now, she may think that she has a good point, but if she thinks she has a good point, she also has to remember that she was brought up with everything around her. She had money. She had two parents, and she didn't just have two parents. She had some of the richest parents, the parents that was in the business. So it's like, I could definitely understand because, all of this stuff that goes on, and maybe the landing that she's getting right now is harsher than she thought it would actually be. But
yeah, I don't think there was too much thought put into that post. Besides the fact that she, as a 20-year-old young woman, feels like her mother has been more of a father than her father has, however recent it's been, a couple of years or whatever. And she just felt like she needed to publicly congratulate her mother and show her that love. I don't think she really thought that too deep into that, but yes, like you said, I don't know if it's a generational thing, but like at 20 years old, sometimes that's how it goes. Sometimes you just do things without thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind? and it just comes out, and they don't mean probably any harm for it because my kids do it all the time. But to the question you had before about how would I feel if I had to, hold it down. So it's kind of like a similar story to what I'm going through because you were saying it and it was like I was hearing my story over again. So my ex, I decided to leave him and we had business ventures. And guess who was the brains of the operation? Guess who had the credit?
Listen, that's how it usually is. That's how it usually is.
We're organizing the men to do stuff, and yeah, you're doing great because I'm behind it. I'm the one that has all the connections, all the sources. I'm the one doing all the doing. I'm the one paying back. I'm the one working my ass off. Is it fair to say that I have to give him what I worked mostly for, and just because I don't want to be with that person, he feels entitled to everything that I've done? I don't think that's fair.
No, it's not fair.
Maybe Russell Simmons at the beginning, he did have a lot of money because I remember growing up, I was into hip hop, but not as much. I'm Dominican and I come from a Dominican background. So I listened to Dominican music and I did all that. But it came a time in my life that I was going on and out and then I was into hip hop. As far as when I was growing up, he was one of the biggest people in the game at that time. And I could see him helping her. But okay, you gave me a push, but that means it ends here. It doesn't end. The relationship is forever and it's teamwork. Well, because you gave me a little push and it doesn't take a lot to put a company of clothes. If you get the vendor and you buy even 100 pieces and you start with 100, you already have an LLC, you have a company. So that's all BS, and most of these companies now, they do drop shipping. You don't even have to buy the merchandise.
Yeah.
It's very nowadays. So yeah, if he gave her a push, but that doesn't mean that she owes him her lifeline, whatever she makes, like she has to be there for him forever. And I could see how he could go down on the music game, because if at one point you invest on the wrong people, you can also lose a lot of money. And nowadays everything is horrible to begin with. The economy is bad, businesses are bad. So I could see that he's doing bad. Most are.
But Russell Simmons is responsible for Jay-Z. He's responsible for Foxy Brown.
Okay, but is he responsible to the point where he's making money because of Jay-Z, or he was?
Exactly.
Right.
People,
right.
Rich and famous people go broke all the time.
Is he broke?
I'm not. He's probably what's broke to him is probably not what's broke to us. I'm pretty sure, but it sounds a little logical, right? If that is the case, that he's not as financially up as he was before, and now he's throwing it out there that his ex-wife's been stealing his money and doing this and this and that, and knowing that they've been in many business ventures together, I mean, could it possibly be that, yes, you did make bad decisions? Because why is it that you're outing your ex-wife like that? If you good, even if she is taken from this portion that y'all created or whatever it is, you should still have your own stuff going on to where you don't even, it's not a complaint that you need to put out publicly.
All right, this big dog is worth $400 million. I just looked it up.
Because I've seen people that say they're worth billions of dollars, and I know them.
They're not.
They face and they don't even have a car now. They don't have credit or nothing. So they're off because they pay for that. Now again, guys, remember, this is a family that's been in the public eye. So this all could be marketed well. This all could be a market. And they're coming out with something. The mom, the daughter, the dad. So
I forgot about that. That was a good one.
Let's see.
So I guess the question is, and just we come back to it, right? Was it fair, or was it, in y'all's opinion, was it fair for the young girl to air out the parents' business?
Fair.
It was her that got up there first.
I mean,
I wouldn't.
It's not wrong. She's 20 years old.
Right.
Okay.
Grown.
put yourself in her level. And she's not probably like, I was 15 living on my own. This little girl is not like me. She's 20, probably still with the mind of a 13-year-old in a way where she's too sensitive. So yeah, not right, but it's also not wrong in a 20-year-old head. So let's just understand it wasn't the mom and it wasn't the dad. Then everybody just got involved, so it made it worse.
It is very, very, very tough sometimes being in the spotlight. And because we all have family issues. There's not a person that does not have family disagreements, but it's also tough being in the limelight. And I think we're going to discuss this later, and having your kids who don't understand everything and the dynamics, the way life works, gets out there and immediately jumps to something that she, will probably regret later.
Give me a second, I got a scar in my heart. Y'all looking sucker too far with me. I gotta talk about it. Give me a second, y'all just did me so wrong. Y'all call me friends, but y'all froze. Yeah, y'all froze. Give me a second, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. All of you bitches is all talk, but none of y'all shit is about it. Think you gon' catch me? I doubt it. Got my location rerouted. Surrounded by nothing but killers and drillers that slap when it's time for the violence. I'm wildin', you styling. Run me up cause I'm vibing. Remember them days when I held you down? Every time I was broke when I came around, you said I gave you crumbs, right? I did. You said I look dumb, right? If you a bum and I'll never respect you. This is the last time I'll ever direct you. This is just something for me to reflect to. Next time around, I'ma come disrespectful. Give me a second, I got a scar in my heart. Y'all looking sucker too far with me. I gotta talk about it. Give me a second, y'all bitches did me so wrong. Y'all call me friends, but y'all froze. Yeah, y'all froze. Give me a second, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. You again want that peace, but don't want no responsibility. You can take the heat, you just whacking like versatility. Cause I used to be down, I built you up from the ground. Please don't talk or make a sound, cause you always running your mouth. It's sad to see, I've been up since you broke me. So lonely, wanting you to hold me. So lonely, chilling with my homies. Now I'm relieved, and you wish you had me. Give me a second, I got a scar in my heart. Y'all singing sucker too far with me. I gotta talk about it. Give me a second, y'all just dipped in me so wrong. Y'all call me friends, but y'all froze. Yeah, y'all froze. Give me a second, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. It's so hard for me to trust a soul. I can't let that go. It's so hard for you to keep it real. I'd rather be alone. It's so hard for me. I can never fall. It's so hard for me. Yeah. I will never fall. So hard, so hard. I can never fall. So hard, so hard, so hard. I will never fall. I can never fall. I can never fall. I will never fall. No,
Lil Meech comes for Jess Hilarious after Jess Hilarious calls him musty.
And I just hope she don't give Meech no baby. That's what happened when you mess with a deli smell. That's what happened. When they smell,
you stupid.
Some get a little fishy. And I just hope she don't give Meech no baby. That's what happened when you mess with a deli smell. That's what happened. When they smell,
you stupid.
Some get a little fishy.
After rumors hit the blog that Lil Meech was cheating on Summer Walker, Jess Hilarious from The Breakfast Club stated, "That's what happens when you mess with a deli smelly." So immediately catching wind of the comedian's remark, Meech reposted the clip with the caption, quote, "How I stink, but this unstable creature."
Slid into my DMs.
Walker followed up with a lengthy IG story claiming that Jess is weird. and was one of chromosomes away from being a man.
So I think that it's just the fact that she's doing the whole Jess with the mess. And of course, just like we're covering this segment, she's covering that segment of it too. But you know, she's just hilarious, so she's gonna spice it up a little bit. So with that being said, she's gonna add her little, you know, and with that being said, it just went left. And with it going left, it just went out the window and everybody started commenting on it. And Summer Walker was like, girl, if you don't go sit your ass down. I just feel like it's all unnecessary, honestly. I don't think that Jess was trying to hit him, like from what we've read, I don't think she was trying to holler at him. It was just more so like, you're doing really great. Don't get me wrong. If you are a guy that is, you know, attractive and you're used to people sliding your DMs, you're going to take it that way. So, of course, he's probably like, oh, she's just trying to holler on the low and trying to make it seem like you congratulating me or something. I can get where he's coming from with it. But then in her eyes, she's probably looking at it like, yo, you did really a great job. But that's why you can't reach out to a lot of these Hollywood people or even people in general until you see them face to face. Because what's said in text messaging is not going to sound the same as saying it with words.
Yes.
So it's
But
better.
how she go from congratulating to calling him musty?
Because once again, it's just hilarious. Gonna hilarious it.
Yeah, I think
she really do like him. Like she really cool. Like she really,
you know what?
like you did a great job. But like when I was around you, you was a little stinking.
That's the word on the curb. That his breath stink, his arms stink. Something was stinking when he was first doing the whole little BMF, little Meech BMF thing. So with that being said, you know, he was going to events. People were like, "Oh, he smell like." So the word was going around that he was Onion Boy and stuff like that. So it's like, come on, like that's not really me. And he probably freshened up. It probably was a bad night. Don't get me wrong. Everybody don't have a good night.
Or it couldn't have been. It could not have been that, because you know what I'm saying. Like, yo, people be, you know, in this business, people get disappointed, and when they get disappointed, their feelings be into it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, one doesn't know until the odor comes to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know. Till the room gets
this industry it is very dirty. A lot of people come up with a lot of stuff to hurt people, and there's also the same person that comes up with it and sends to blog about it. It's a lot of marketing. A lot of marketing. So shout out to Jessica, because that honestly got her views and likes, and it worked in her favor. And that's what this is about. That's
what she does.
That's why I said that's hilarious.
She triggered them.
She gotta add her punchline into it.
Yeah, she did great. I mean, I saw that about the guy. I hope it's not. He doesn't look like a dirty guy. He looks pretty clean. And the girl,
you know, you could be clean and stuff, and like you said, have a bad day, you know, and maybe stink. And it was a bad night, and everybody, he was walking by people and stuff, and they was like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe he's a smoker or something, and you know, you smoke weed and stuff, you know, clean your mouth, you don't pop no gum in, you know what I'm saying? Maybe his breath was stinking. You know, that's very possible, you know.
Come on, man. I ain't gonna let y'all get down on Meech like this. Yo, Meech, I got your back, fam.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
It was a bad day.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, man, it's rough out here, man.
You know, we got cheats, we got flirts, and all of that out here, right? So who do y'all think is the celebrity cheater of the month so far?
Oh God, I don't think I was keeping count of that.
Of the month?
Can I get a drum roll, please?
I think it's Diddy.
Who?
Diddy.
Okay.
Can we not say of the month, because I don't think any of us know who cheated in this last month.
Who is the biggest cheat in the last
2023
6 months?
the biggest cheat of
Who got caught?
Who got caught? Who was the biggest cheat?
What's his name?
Zion Williamson.
Oh, him?
I'm going with Zion Williamson.
He wasn't the big cheater. I just think he was the one that got caught.
Right.
Right. He got a psycho girl, and then that's what happens. And that's good for him, because that's what men deserve, to find that type of girl, to put them on blast for being a big sack of.
Yep.
What about
90% of the men are cheating nowadays? I don't know why. They're not. They don't think one woman is enough. You could be the best woman. You could have all the businesses. You could be the clean. Look at me, and I was not successful.
I had this conversation the other day, right, with a man, and he told me, you know, especially like when a man is like up there in status, up there in finance or whatever, like he could have whoever he wants. He could just, you know, have one day and be like, listen, if you don't want to do A, B, and C or comply here and there, there's 20 others waiting. So what you want to do?
Really will.
And that is that is true, you know. So they, you know, they do what they want to do,
and they're gonna gladly line up. The women gonna gladly line. Is it my turn? Okay, I'll wait.
Right. It's 20 others waiting to get in your position, shorty. So what we doing? Play your part, play your role. But now Zion, though, come on, you gotta scoop your game up, okay? Just be honest, because you can be honest. You was lying to these girls. That's why you lasted, okay?
Right.
So you don't.
Girls will still mess.
You don't have
to like
lies. Do better.
Girls will still mess with you if you're telling the truth. You say no.
That's a whole fact. But what also is a thing is that, yo, if you know you a side chick, why you gonna get mad 3-4 months later if dude have a baby with his girl?
She didn't know she was a side chick.
What he was telling her in the pillow talking.
But what I'm saying is like, yo, some girls be knowing they the side chick. Yeah. And then when the dude has a baby by his girl, the one that's his main girl,
they throw them up.
Because dudes be lying to their side chicks, like giving them hope. Dudes don't be honest, like, look, shorty, you here, and I got a girl, so play your role. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do if that's what it is. But no, they still be lying for whatever reason and filling the side chick's head up with hope. And of course, don't lie. Just don't lie. You don't have to lie.
Because that kind of got that girl, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? Mills, whatever her name is. The one who was upset with him, that was the side chick. That got her out there looking crazy, getting mad because he had a baby with the side chick. I mean, with his...
He was probably lying to her. He was probably not... Maybe she didn't know what all was going on. For her to be, say all of what she said.
I honestly think that woman, she's mad, but she's doing it more for clout, and she's doing it for marketing. Because at this point, she's a porno star. She can get any fucking guy she wants.
Thank you, yes.
For her chasing him, I don't know. I don't think so. I think she's doing it on purpose. And he probably lied to her multiple times. And usually the side just comes out of nowhere and blows her spot up because she got tired. Takes that one time, that one lie. She woke up one night and she's ready for war. And at the end, you know what that does? That just helps him make amends with his wife, probably. Because now they're going to go back and she's going to do it on purpose and keep him around even more so she could show her that she's not the one, that he picked her. And then it was all irrelevant. So at the end of the day, sometimes the side girl thinks she's going to harm him, but it just really helps him clean himself up with his wife. At this point, you blow his spot up.
That does definitely happen. Mm-hmm. So toxic. Oh my goodness.
And nowadays, girls, do you feel that there's less of a chance of finding a real man? Because nowadays, the men in society is not what it used to be. It's not like back in the days. It's not. Now, women took over now. So most men are intimidated by us, or they just don't got their shit together, so they're relying on us. And there's a lot of that nowadays. And
yes, it is.
Yeah. There's a few good ones that
Where? Sure.
I don't know. I just meet these random guys. I kind of like, dang, like, you're good.
It's very few, but
very few.
What I hear is
it's there.
Can I put this in perspective? Is it the one? I'm going to just use it as a question. The ones that y'all say are the good ones, is it because they are a little naive?
No, it's because they have to live together, their morals, they want to get married, they want to be a good father. A lot of people nowadays.
Because I'm gonna keep it 100. When I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, and there's a lot of guys out there that know what I'm talking about. When you seeing a lot of things from a street perspective, you see a lot of quote unquote good dudes get hustled.
Mm.
Oh yeah, and
that happens too.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. So, like, those dudes that yeah, there are good dudes that get hustled, but then I would say, what is that dude actually looking for? He's chasing the wrong woman now, okay? Because there's good dudes there, and then there's good women. So in those situations, that man is chasing the wrong type of woman. She's not a good woman if that's what's going on. And you know, we all gotta like kind of figure out what we're doing at the end of the day. Like, what do we really want?
Or that bad woman is trying to get at him because she know where it's at. So she could be looking at him like, yo, this is a little meal ticket right here.
Right. But you know,
wherein the good girl is holding back, like, you know, being cool.
That's on him if he let her.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And most of these men are looking for maybe a bottle server, a stripper, a girl that's 2 times less his age. So they're looking for that. So it's not like you're home here sitting down and somebody went to your house and found you. Most of these men are looking in the wrong places, like she said. I do believe in a relationship, if I were to find someone, that special someone is a real team player. That's what it boils down to. Because I'm going to tell you, if you go after the guy with the money, it's like you said before, the girl. He's going to have multiple options because he has the money. And that's what girls are after. So if he has how to play with it, he can get any girl he wants. And that's what most of them do. Now, if you find somebody that wants to grow with you and appreciates you and respects you, and let's say he's not in my level, but he wanted to be in my level and together we can grow, I would give him the benefit of the doubt. I would. I just want to be loved. Everything is not money. I had it all. And I wanted not to have nothing because I was miserable. Can you imagine having it all and not wanting it because I was miserable? Because it attracts, it's the wrong attraction that you get. Wow. I want to be loved for who I am, not for what I have.
And go ahead.
I'm sorry, but to the point of that man being naive, I would say, yes, absolutely, in those type of situations, because that man that falls into those type of situations probably doesn't have the experience or the know-how, or probably didn't pull girls like that or whatever. So, you know, it's something different to him that he doesn't really know.
You mean that man is in love?
This is the thing, right? So when you get a man, and unfortunately, women, we want so much, right? We want everything all across the board. Like, he gotta have money. He gotta have.
You gotta smell good.
You gotta smell good. You gotta look good. You gotta be tall. You gotta be handsome. You gotta have this. You gotta have that. Okay, to find that, I mean, that man is probably out there just doing whatever he wants. And that's why we feel like we can't find a good man. So the good men that actually want a good woman, I don't think they're out there at the strip clubs looking for a woman there. You know, it's probably that we are just not looking at him like that because maybe he's lacking in a certain area. Maybe he's, you know, you got to say the good with the bad, though. You can't have everything. Okay. It's hard. You gotta, you know, let go of something. So maybe he's not that handsome, but his character is just Mwah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard out
Like
here.
I always
You
tell
can't
them,
have everything.
know about what you are applying for. You have to know if you're getting married and that's what you want to do, you better know what you're applying for.
Do not get married.
If you're trying to work a position at so-and-so company and that's what you want to do, you got to know what you're applying for. And my argument is that most people in the world today do not do the study on what they're applying for. They just apply for it and then just try to navigate as they go. Go ahead, Savvy.
I was gonna say, I also think like the people that are also in relationships with, the partners are not being there. They know they're not the one. It's just also just comfortability. That's a lot of people I know are just in a situation where they know, yeah, and they don't know, they don't feel like they could find somebody else or there's someone else better out there. Yeah.
You end up settling.
Yes.
Because it's like, well, what if I don't find anything better than this? I'm okay here. It's okay, so I'll settle here, but does that last?
Blacker, I want the money like Tata. These is not on my roster. We don't mix like Henny and vodka. I be allergic to funny this shit. Don't worry about who I be running with. I got the runners, I'm running 40 cal, my just gunning this shit.
I'm going on, pop on my shit like a gun. Stay scared but I'm running. Say you wanna be my man, then you gotta bring it with you when you come. I'm on top of the tier, niggas just liking it. I'm steady stacking the bread. What I said, taking the spot to the top. You
done and you dead. Big shot that we shoot at ship and put the chopper. We don't be talking that blah blah. Got on strain of that Zaza. We about to turn the whole city up. Get to the bag in the belly truck. Still keep the 9 milli tough. Diamonds hitting and we lit it up.
I post love, I get it the most. This ain't OG, I'm smoking your hoe. I'm singing savage, I'm dropping the boat. What you thought, cause you already know. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up.
I'm going up. I'm going all the way up. 100 bands back in the cut. You can skip those up. Got your man looking stuck. Told him get rid of that mutt. Come on and with his gangster. Show you what real shit made her. Take it off. Still a pretty authentic. No mask, no makeup.
I'm running a Tesla. I take a nap on the way cause I'm extra. Talk heavy on pressure. But he gon' do what I say if I tell him. I'm going up. I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up. I'm going up. I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up.
Okay, everybody, it's time for the news. In case you've been busy or you just don't know what the hell is going on, child, it's for you, honey. Larissa Pippen and Marcus Jordan are getting candid about whether they see kids in their future. The Real Housewives of Miami star 48 and the 32-year-old son of Michael Jordan tackle the topic of having children on the latest episode of their new iHeartRadio podcast. There's been conversation around having kids, explained Marcus. When we go and we meet people, or I'm introducing you to some of my friends, or you introduce me to some of your friends, I feel like it gets brought up. But I feel like we've never had a one-on-one private conversation about having children, he added. Wow. Kendall Jenner admits she doesn't feel like a Kardashian. I wonder why. Kendall Jenner is opening up about her place in her family, admitting she doesn't feel and has never really felt like a Kardashian. The 27-year-old discussed her family dynamics in a new interview with the Wall Street Journal. Wow.
I don't feel it either.
You heard. I said I wonder why. I was born into this life, but I didn't choose this life, Kendall told the publication, explaining that being in the public eye since she was in her tween years has always felt tough on her. Kendall went on to explain that while she thinks some of her sisters, Kim Kardashian in particular, were built for a life of the spotlight and being chased by paparazzi. Ain't no way. This is not the case for her. Kendall admitted it has taken her almost 2 decades in the limelight to come to terms with the fact that this is her life. But that doesn't mean she resents her family. I'm sorry. I considered myself one of the luckiest people on the planet to be able to live the life that I live. But I don't think it's that challenging for me a lot, more than not. Okay. In other news, they always funny to me. In other news, Nicki Minaj have been accused of stealing Sweetie's concept, Barbie World, featuring Ice Spice. Jason Martin, a Compton rapper known as Problem, took to Instagram on Sunday, June 18th, to voice the allegations. Martin asserted that he had to speak up regardless of whether Sweetie was going to or not, and demanded he be paid and properly credited. The man also detailed how the song began as Icy Girl, which Sweetie sent over to Nicki Minaj for a collaboration. However, he argues that the Queen MC took her off. Yikes. Changed the concept to Barbie World and then added Ice Spice to the track for the movie. Y'all gonna give me what I deserve, said Martin. Okay, now. If Sweetie don't want to trip, that's on her. But we crafted the record, and that was sent over to Nicki Minaj to hop on and submit it to Barbie soundtrack. That sounds shady.
Let me just stop right there, because I wanted to talk about this part really quickly, about especially to creatives out there that do not understand that when you give your ideas to other participants in this business that do not, for particularly other artists who are making music, it's so many times I have heard from different people personally that artist has went off and redid their idea and created it like it was their own. Now, look at it like this. Look at it like you have a business, right? And you go to a corporation and you want to pitch to them your idea. If you don't have your infrastructure in place, if you are not in order with your business, what in the world makes you think that you can deal with a corporation? That is a corporation. They have more money than you. They have more reach than you. They have everything over you, but yet you don't have any infrastructure and you go deal with a corporation. That ain't gonna work.
It's possible that Saweetie felt like she had like a relationship with Nicki and she just was comfortable with just sending her something without all of the paperwork and all of that type of stuff, and that's what may have happened. And they still have a relationship, and that's Nicki Minaj, and maybe that's why she's not saying anything. But if that was the case, no.
I know guys who have written for other artists who have completely they didn't get their lyrics snatched, but they got the concept of their song was snatched. And so that's why I'm telling to all creatives out there, make sure your infrastructure is in place, and when you're ready to step out, you step out correctly and use all the channels necessary to make that work.
Nobody is your friend when it comes to business.
Well, this has been the In Case You've Been Busy or You Just Don't Know What the Hell Has Been Going On Lady Guru show for you. And we'll be right back after these news.
Damaris, you have you have a business. Matter of fact, you have multiple businesses, right? And
Yes,
can you just let us know what those businesses entail, and just let the people know more about general business.
Okay, so I'm into the salon business. I own 2 salons, very successful. We do hair, nails, all types of services. I employ about 38 people in total. I have a family of 5 children, and I took another little girl in since she was 15, so I have 6. And I took my son's girlfriend in too. Her mom had thrown her out of the house, so I took her in. I couldn't leave her out. So I have a full house of kids. But I do train them to be entrepreneurs like myself. My kids, they work for me. They get paid. They probably get paid more than a lot of people, but I train them to work and work for their money and to be responsible. I also save some of their money. So eventually by the time they hit 18, 20 years old, they could buy a house and stuff. I'm preparing them for that next step because I really want them to be independent, not rely on me for the rest of their life. Just because mom did it, she's going to take care of me forever. No, I want to prepare them where mom trained me to do it, where I can make my own money and do my own thing.
And I'm pretty sure you're also doing that little tax thing. You know what I'm saying? You put your children on payroll. You keep them under a certain amount, and you gotta pay them taxes back.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You can do all of that. I also do real estate. So a lot of money I re-enter it into real estate. So when you keep buying stuff, you don't really pay taxes on that. If you re-enter the money and you buy more property, that helps a lot. Plus, I have a lot of expenses. The salon business is a lot of expenses. I also do credit repair. I build business credit. So I've done a little bit of everything. I used to own a limousine company. I used to be a bartender. I used to be a manager for a chiropractor. What haven't I done? I've done it all.
Which one was your first business?
My first business that I could say that was my business would be the limousine business. That it was mine.
Why did you get into the limousine business? And
it all boils down to math. I saw one car operating for a friend of mine, and I was like, hey, I could do this, but I could do this at a higher level. One, I'm a female, so it was easier for me to get stuff. And 2, even the loans. When I walked in a dealer, I was able to get a good loan. I would go straight to the owner. I never spoke to middleman people. I would always get discounts or find a way somehow or sort.
That's a good little tip right there.
Yeah, so what I did was I started off with 2 cars, and 2 weeks later I had another 2 and another 2, and I kept putting in my money this way to the point that I had 22 between SUVs, Mercedes, Chrysler 300, MKS, all black cars. It was a luxury car business. Through that business, I was able to meet a lot of people in the industry, football players, basketball players, rappers, all kinds of people that now I can eventually use this connection that I had with these people that I never thought that I could use. So currently I own a record label, and I have an artist, and he sings rap, R&B. Nice. He sings all kinds of stuff. So he's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and he has a really nice accent. That's from New Orleans. One of you guys said you wanted to go there. I think it was you. In regards to, they have a meet there about women, and they do all types of vendors. So he's from Louisiana. He's awesome. And at this point, I'm dealing with music as well. So I do a little bit of everything. Whatever I can make money with. Life, right. Credit is life. Life is credit. And health. Obviously, the rest comes later. But if you have those 2 things, you should be good. You got to know how to use it wisely and not overspend, and grow it to the point where you have 300, 400,000 on credit cards. And then I don't need anyone. I don't need any man. I don't need anybody. I don't need Uncle Sam. I just need me.
Go. Right.
I don't need that special guy, the sugar daddy. I don't need that. I need me.
Yeah.
Very, very important. Very important. Gurus, in the words of Jerry Springer, take care of yourself and each other. Sabby, what's your final thoughts?
The final thought is be independent, don't be with a cheater, and respect yourself.
All right, Alicia, what's your final thought?
I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time. Get into yourself, okay? In yourself, right? And, you know, tune out all else and focus on your goals and all else will come.
Debbie, what's your final thoughts?
Everybody just, you know, mind your business. It's like, let me stop. Honestly, yeah, you know, just stay in your lane and, you know, focus. Life is about focus and doing what you have to do as far as being positive, having a positive mindset and so forth. So I would say just be positive for yourself and everything else will fall into place.
Yes, it will. Definitely.
All right. Let me just throw in there to all the creatives out there, man, keep on pushing. Keep on going. The hard work will pay off. I see what y'all doing out there and you're keeping steady. That's what's up.
It's a slow roll, but it all pays off in the end if you keep it going.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Everybody, this is the Lady Guru Show. And we are out of here.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.